All right, it's time for Macon and Eggs. Good morning. I'm Leah Fleming. Charles Richardson, editorial page editor over at the Telegraph, back in studio.
Good morning.
Good morning. We've got some juicy hot topics that I'm excited to talk about.
We always have juicy hot topics.
Always. And this list could go on and on.
Forever.
Right. All right, let's talk about hot topic number one. The embattled mayor of Gordon, Mary Ann Whipple-Lew, has been fighting for her political life for really the past 2 years since she's taken the job of mayor. Two city councilmen, this group of concerned citizens, they call themselves the Concerned Citizens of Gordon. They've been seeking her ouster. This issue has gone all the way up to the state Supreme Court, been kicked back, and now here we are this week. They have been in court, and Whipple-Lew is the city's first African-American mayor and woman, as you say. And she says that these accusations are race-related, but there are accusations of malfeasance and violation of the state's sunshine laws. Let's talk about this case.
Well, I think her attorney, one, is right. It is about race. It's also about a changing of the guard. There is a good old boy network. There's a good old boy white network. There's a good old boy black network. Sometimes those networks intertwine, but they always intertwine when there's a good old boy network and a female walks in the room. So her problems began from the day she won election. And all of a sudden they're wondering, okay, what happened?
I was going to ask you that. How did she come to even be the mayor of Gordon?
Well, she got elected.
Did people not come out to vote?
And when you get elected, remember, Gordon's not that big a town.
This is what I'm saying. And it's very good old boy, as you say.
Right. So all of a sudden, this female gets elected. They're wondering, who the heck is she? She gets elected, and they immediately oppose her. Not for anything necessarily she's done yet, but it's upsetting the apple cart. Now, did she do everything right? Well, no new elected official does everything right. But all of a sudden, they started keeping score. How do we get this woman out of office? How do we do this? How do we do that? Instead of saying, look, you just got elected the mayor, go off to the Georgia Municipal Association, figure out how to run the office. So let's work with you to get this thing done. No, she met a stone wall from day one, and that stone wall is still there, and now they're in court.
Wow. Does she have a background in political life, any kind of politics?
Well, she'd never been elected before.
Oh, so this is really her first foray into it.
Right.
So there will be mistakes made, and she certainly has probably made a few.
Well, every elected official makes mistakes. Now, if one of the things that they're charging her with, she changed some money from one account to another to pay city employees. It wasn't that she took any money, but there wasn't enough money in the payroll account to pay the money for the employees. So she did that. Okay, it wasn't approved by council. Okay, that may have been a mistake, but did they make payroll? Yes. So you can't hold that really against her. You just chalk it up and say, okay, well, next time council, we should have had a called meeting so that we can make that decision because we had to make it by payday. If they had been working together, but they weren't working together, and they haven't worked together since she took office.
Yeah. The judge is in a difficult place, you say, the judge will make the decision.
He's going to make the decision. He's just got to figure it out on the matters of law. It is very difficult to remove a mayor or any elected official that has been elected. Almost impossible. And if they can't prove the charges that they have brought against her, she's going to be in office until the next election rolls around.
Wow. Yeah. The first African-American and woman.
Right.
And never having held office before.
It's tough. It's tough for anybody in any kind of city to move into a position like that on training wheels. But again, if you work together, you can get through some of those things. If you don't work together, it's really difficult to do.
Yeah. And you say there is blame to go around.
Yes. But they have to prove that either she broke laws, stole some money, or that if they can't prove that, she's going to be in office. Because in Georgia, to remove somebody from office is almost impossible. Remember, they tried to do it here in Macon, Georgia one time.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah. Well, this has been interesting over the last couple of years. I'm sure all are looking forward to bringing closure to this.
I certainly am. And I know she probably is, too. She started seeing her name in the paper.
Right. Right. All right. On to hot topic number 2. This week, the troubled Macon Charter Academy, talking about appearing in the media over and over again. They are in bankruptcy court this week regarding their Chapter 11 reorganization. Meanwhile, the State Department of Education still wants to close this academy. They're still citing little progress in terms of education and management problems. This week, the school has also met with parents. That was a contentious meeting, just a nasty meeting. Okay, what is the latest on this, and where do we go in terms of, because August 1st is coming, which is when school begins, and they still say that they're opening.
Well, here's the dollars and cents of it. The school has to have a certain enrollment in order to make ends meet. You're in bankruptcy court. Now, whether the bankruptcy court rules whether you can stay open or not, you still have to have a certain enrollment in order to open and be able to operate. So let's just say that the bankruptcy court says, okay, you can do that, and the state agrees, and only 300 students show up. You still can't operate with 300 students. Mm-hmm. Here's what I'd like to see happen. I'd like to know where those students are that went to Macon Charter Academy are academically last year. Did those children make progress or did they not? If the answer is they did not, those parents have a responsibility to put their kids in a situation where they can make academic progress. Yes. If that's not Macon Charter Academy, then you need to work to put your kid in a place where they can succeed.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
Yes.
If Macon Charter Academy isn't that place, take them somewhere where they can succeed.
Yeah. Yeah, because as we've talked about before, the children are getting caught up in this political battle.
Right.
And you were saying that at the end of the year, they had to take tests on paper. Because they did not have computers.
Right.
So that
tells you something.
Right. Tells
you something. And I'd also like to know, the system can probably tell me this if I ask the question, where did those students, were they in at grade level? Were they below grade level? Were they ahead of grade level? But if you have a student that was supposed to be in the 4th grade and they were grading it well below that, then you got some problems. Mm-hmm. And they've got all the data.
Yeah. So what would you say, does it look like the school is going to close? I mean, it pretty much seems like all indicators are pointing to the fact that they are not going to be able to stay open.
If I were a betting man, mm-hmm. which I am not, I would say before this broadcast is aired that the bankruptcy court will allow the state to take their charter. Could be well wrong, but if I were a betting man, yes, I'd bet on the side of the state.
Yeah. All right. We will continue to watch that and then to see where the children go, because certainly that's what matters the most.
That's the crux of this entire issue. And although it's a matter of law, I'd have to think that maybe the bankruptcy court is thinking about that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, on to hot topic number 3. Historic Macon has unveiled the Design Wine and Dine House. It's in Macon's Bells Hill neighborhood. This is a neighborhood with a lot of history.
A lot of history.
And this event is bringing up a lot of good feelings for Bells Hill in terms of maybe correcting some blight. That's a major problem for Macon. Talk more about this Bells Hill neighborhood.
Well, I think most people may not know where Bells Hill is, but it was an effort that started really about 15 years ago with a collaboration of Mercer University, the Knight Foundation, a number of other folks, back when Oglethorpe Homes still was at the corner that's now gone. And now Tatnall Place is there. But Bells Hill is an area of town. If you look up, you see this area that's got a water tower on the back side of it, and it's got beautiful views of downtown Macon. and it had just basically disappeared. But over a period of time of 15 years and a lot of fits and starts, there was a lot of distrust in that neighborhood for Mercer. A lot of distrust from the city because they had been made promises before that weren't kept. And over this period of 15 years, they've opened up avenues. Peter Brown, who used to be at Mercer, now retired, worked very hard to get the neighborhood's trust, starting neighborhood associations. Some folks that had, let's say, aged out of the neighborhood, had property there, came back, fixed them up, and now they're having a design show in Beall's Hill.
Design, wine, and dine.
So it's going to be a fantastic event, and I think the area should be very, very proud.
Yes, yes. You are not going to go?
No, my wife is out of town. So
Yeah.
I gave my tickets away.
I am going.
Well, enjoy yourself.
I am looking forward to seeing this beautiful home and also this neighborhood.
You could walk there from here easily.
Yeah, it's a stone's throw from us. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So many wonderful things happening. So much
got
change.
it going on. Macon has it going on, and it's about time.
It's about time. All right. Well, to see this complete conversation, we are on video. You can go to macon.com or gpbnews.org. We will be back again soon.
Yes.
All right. Take care.